Welcome, everybody, to the Meditations for Visionary Leaders podcast. This is Dianne A, your host. I have a special treat for you today. I have Cynthia Phelps with me, and she's going to do a meditation with us on self-compassion for creatives. You'll love it, I know. So while you're getting ready for your meditation, we're telling you that this show is being sponsored by the Someone Gets Me community. So go to members.someonegetsme.com to join the community of creative, gifted people so you have that safe place to just hang out and be with us. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Cynthia, and all of her information, her bio, ways to contact her will be in the show notes for your convenience. So you don't have to write anything down. This is your time, your sacred time to step apart for a while and meditate with us. Self-compassion for creatives. Take it away, Cynthia.
Well, thank you so much. I'm delighted to be here and working with your folks today. And so I just want to say that because this is a self-compassion meditation, it's a little different than a regular meditation in that the main goal is that you treat yourself with kindness and support, even during the process of the meditation. And so that means that you can put your body in whatever position you want for the meditation. And if at any time during the meditation it becomes too heavy, please feel free to just open your eyes or get a cup of tea, whatever really works for you. So to get started, go ahead and just find a position that works for you and just begin to settle in, maybe taking in a deep breath and releasing, allowing your eyes just to close, or if you wish to just drop them down so your gaze is cast downwards, whichever works best for you. And then bringing in another deep breath. And as you exhale, just feeling your shoulders dropping a little bit, releasing that stress. Beginning to bring your attention from the work of the day into the inside for a little bit. And taking one final deep breath in. Releasing, just feeling your breath, or attaching your attention to somewhere inside your body, whatever works best for you. Just taking a moment now to settle. On this journey we're going to be taking today, it's for the creative who sometimes gets stuck. And so you can imagine today that you might be stuck, or you might think of a time in the past, or maybe there's a project right now that you're having a little bit of trouble with. I want you to just kind of mull over in your mind, maybe something that you feel you'd like to work with today. It can be a big project or a little one. Something that has a little bit of resistance that you're having a little bit of trouble with. Allowing your mind to flip through some possibilities and then just coming on the one that wants to be worked with today and laying that out in your mind. And now, as oftentimes we do when we get in a position of feeling stuck or overwhelmed with a creative project, let's just take a little walk. a little walk in our minds, noticing now that we can just step out into nature, one of the most nurturing places for us. And as you step out into nature, you see a path before you, allowing yourself now to just take some steps down this path. Perhaps you're able to see some grass or a flower, noticing what's showing up along this nature path. Breathing in the fresh air of the outdoors. You continue down the path, just enjoying for a moment. And if for any reason your mind begins to wander away, don't worry. That's just what minds do. Just treat your mind if it were a small puppy that you would just corral back and bring back right to the sound of my voice. Just gently bringing your attention back. And now you notice up ahead, you can see a small stream. You can begin to hear it as well. Let's head over in that direction. And as you approach it, it's so beautiful. You can hear the trickling sound of the water and the just a bit of a coolness of the temperature from the stream. It's really just an ideal temperature for you. And you notice there's a patch of grass that just looks so inviting to sit down. And I invite you now just to sit down and enjoy this beautiful little stream. As you're sitting in the moment, enjoying the stream, of course, out of nowhere, the thoughts about your creative project, what you're struggling with. And sometimes the thoughts can be self-directed. Things like, nobody is going to like this idea. Or, I feel like I don't have an original thought or something to contribute. Or maybe it's, I'm never going to be able to top my last idea. Or I'm supposed to be a high achiever. Why can't I make this happen? So many thoughts that we might have. The inner critic speaking to us. Taking just a moment to hear what your inner critic usually says to you. Oh, those tapes that play in your head are well worn. It's very common. You notice now that you're able to just step outside of yourself, taking a step back, where all of a sudden you can view yourself from behind and you see yourself sitting by this beautiful creek in this beautiful valley on a patch of grass. And you realize that you're sitting there and you're suffering. These thoughts that you have are causing you suffering. And you look at yourself with compassion in your heart and you say, I'm so sorry, my friend, that you're suffering. It doesn't have to be that way. Allowing yourself now to kind of come back into your body, feeling again a little bit of that suffering, realizing now that those thoughts are not just thoughts, but they have consequences. Taking a deep breath in now, allowing yourself to release the thoughts, allowing yourself to love yourself just as you are, even if it's just for this moment. And invariably, the thoughts will come back, but that's okay. That's just what brains do. But what I'd like you to do now, because you're sitting in front of this beautiful creek, is to just take each thought and give it a kiss. And I want you to say to it, thank you, thought. I know you're just trying to protect me, but I'm okay. And then I want you to place that thought in the river, just like it were a leaf. And I want you to watch it dance away from you on the current and out of sight. Allowing yourself now to take whatever thoughts show up for you and give them a kiss, and then place them in the river and watch them gently disappear. And maybe the thoughts that are coming up are not just about your creative challenges. Maybe it's what you want to eat for dinner. That's okay too. Just lay that thought down on the bubbling creek and let it fade away. You may have thoughts like, I'm just not doing this meditation right. It's just another thought. Just place it on the river and let it float away from you. Perhaps noticing now that you can feel a little more space between those thoughts. You can just tap into a tiny bit of calmness. Even if the thoughts come pretty quickly and there's many leaves going down the stream, there's always space in between them. Noticing now this space. And now we're going to say goodbye to our beautiful river and get up and continue on our adventure here in nature. Realizing that this river is someplace that you can always come back to. If you'd like to release some thoughts, anytime, it's here for you. And as we're walking away from the little river, we come into an open field, and the sun is shining and the grass is tall and wispy, and the wind is gently moving it as if we're in a sea. And across the field, there's something that you notice. It catches your eye, almost like a little point of light. You gently make your way over to it. You're not in a hurry. You get a little closer. The light actually seems to have a form. And you pick up your pace because you're curious. And you realize this is actually a magical being. Or maybe it's a spiritual being or a religious being. Whatever one is right for you. And this being is all knowing. It understands how you suffer. It understands the difficulty of the creative process and knows how brave you are. This wonderful, compassionate being knows just what you're going through right now. And they have some special words for you that are just for you. Just take a moment now and receive these uplifting and compassionate and kind words. And perhaps there's something you'd like to say to this magical spiritual being. You may do that now. Being in this being's presence, you can feel the love and compassion just permeate through you. Even if you didn't get particular words, just enjoy one last moment with this being of light. Just feeling that feeling of being held and loved and supported and understood. And now you thank the being, giving gratitude as you notice just begins to dissipate and disappear. As you begin to bring yourself back into the room now in which you're sitting. Perhaps you begin to feel the air on your skin. Considering now that being that you met, this is actually your own self-compassionate higher wisdom. The words that came or that feeling that you were encompassed with, that's always there for you on the inside at any moment. Allowing yourself to just wiggle your fingers and toes and taking in a deep breath. Oh, and releasing, allowing yourself to just open your eyes whenever it feels right for you.
Wow. That was great, Cynthia. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I loved watching the little leaves go down the stream. Oh my. And I have calm brain now. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm sure all of you loved it just as much as I did. And guess what? You can replay it anytime you want to. Yes. Oh, so friends, thank you for joining us. Self compassion for us creative people so we can continue to bring our light to the world. Remember to check out the Someone Gets Me community at members.someonegetsme.com. And in the meantime, keep your face to the sun so the shadows fall behind you. You are here on purpose with a purpose. So allow yourself to live that purpose on purpose. Until the next episode of Meditations for Visionary Leaders, be well.